interesting debate which is going on at the moment, and the challenge is that at the moment not all data is publicly funded, and the public funding in a number of countries is causing quite a lot of distress to the mapping agencies, because it's uncertain and it's it's not guaranteed. So I think the future of data is something that all of the mapping agencies are looking at the moment. In some agencies, it's what might be termed exhaust data, so they're collecting data for their core purpose, but for mapping agencies that data is their core purpose. So making data easily available is why we've got open data products. We've got great APIs which allow people to access the data very easily. We've got freemium models, which means that you only pay when you're successful. So we've got a range of different ways of liberating data. Also, the data itself is sometimes not enough. You need to have the right expertise and support. So that's why we've invested in our Geospatial hub in London, so that innovators can use data, both free and paid for, under a freemium model, to experiment and to build their ideas into something that works. So we've got a range of different areas where we're seeking to support innovation, using data and making data as available as we possibly can. Data in general, I would say, not just open data. So when we think about resilient cities, when we think about healthy cities, when we think about well-planned cities, all of those depend on having great geospatial infrastructure. And so I think Geospatial has a huge part to play in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. I think joint learning is really important, and so one of the things that Ordnance Survey is doing here at the Geospatial World Forum is learning and talking to very intelligent partners across the globe about what they're finding, and we're building that then into our thinking for the future. So I think sharing of information is really, really important, because this is not a world where any single geography is going to have all the answers, and so being able to pick and choose from answers from elsewhere is really important. Well, we're involved in a number of these, so things like the European Location Framework. There's a meeting going on here today to talk about the evolution of that. So we're looking at how we can do more ourselves, as I said, through things like APIs and open data sets, but we're also looking at how we can collaborate with European partners in the first instance to put together new frameworks for sharing consistent data across boundaries. The role of geospatial data is at the heart of achieving a number of the Sustainable Development Goals, and I think the KPIs which would go along with that would be a range from geospatial through to health indices, education indices, gender indices, but I think knowing how those are playing out in a pattern, a geospatial pattern, becomes pretty important. So yeah, I'm very excited about the part that we can play in that.